Hi, Sari.
Hey, Nicole, it's great to see you here.
Good to see you too.
It's always wonderful to meet you, my friend. So,
Likewise.
as you know, I am having conversations with friends and colleagues and inspiring people, and you're absolutely one of them
Thank you.
in celebration of the 40th anniversary of Intact Academy.
Yeah, happy birthday, Intact Academy.
Yay!
What an amazing and impressive number, Sari. 40
Oh, thank
years.
you.
That's well done, you.
I know I hardly can believe it. I've been training and supervising coaches and consultants for
Mm.
40 years. It's incredible.
And you've expanding TA in the not only European world, but in the world and really
Oh, thank you.
contributed. Thank you for that.
We are so lucky to have this profession. I still feel gratitude every day. So,
Yeah, me too.
yeah. Um, I I invited you because I really love your work on love and
Mm.
all the work you've been doing to also to create a new kind of TA within the counseling.
Mm.
But for those of us who don't know you, perhaps you'd like to introduce yourself first. Who are you
Yeah.
today?
Thank you, Sari. Yeah, I am Nicole Lenner. I am the founder and owner of an institute called School of Hearts. And I am TSTA in the counseling field, as you said. My home base is in Lüneburg, which is a town just outside of Hamburg in the north of Germany. I am also a tramp, so my home base is in Lüneburg, but also I'm living and working part-time in my van. So my rolling School of Hearts mobile home. Um, yeah, and that's one part of my identity is that I'm moving and I'm traveling, and I am interested in cultures and differences, and yeah, that's one part of my really of my heart identity.
Yeah, I can see you do that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I am so I'm running this School of Hearts as a TA training institute, doing TA training on all levels. And I'm also a consultant. I'm working with non-profit and profit organizations in the public sector mainly, so schools and hospitals and child charity places, sometimes in the corporate world as well, where I come from originally. I'm doing a lot of coaching one-to-one in my bus as well. And yeah, and that's it. So that's my TA world and my business world, so to say. And I
Yeah,
just
you're
love,
doing this. Even this is in flux.
yeah, yeah. So it's yeah, I love the diversity of what I do, and I think another part of my identity is that I live in the here and now, basically, because I had some near-death experiences in my life, and I'm very much cherishing the moment.
Mm.
And I think that that gives a kind of freedom, not knowing what is in 5 minutes, or well, I assume what's going on in 5 minutes, but not really knowing what tomorrow brings is just freeing.
Yes, it brings an immediacy to your
Yeah,
presence, doesn't
yeah,
it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and we were talking before because one of the things that really fascinates both of us is this question of change. Is
Mm,
there change? Does it
mm,
exist? What conditions are there for change?
yeah.
And I know you have a very particular way of looking at it. So maybe we can start with the
Mm,
question, in your world and your
mm.
mobile world,
Yeah.
you could say change is continuous, but
Change is permanent.
yes. But maybe you could say something about your point of view on change.
Yeah. So I'm picking up what you said before when we were talking amongst us. Is this notion of and this capacity of Bern doing change within 20 minutes and really TA being established as a fast track modality to help people to change. And I think, yeah, there are moments where people very quickly realize things about themselves and maybe feel some kind of change in them. I, from in my experience, change is not so much developing into the best version of yourself. We read that in calendars and posts and stuff. I don't really like this so much. I rather think about personal change as remembering who you are and before the world got you in her fingers. So and also Byrne said we are born as princesses and princes and we're made into frogs. It's not a very nice metaphor, but there's something in there for me. So change is more remembering who you are and in this process expanding your potential and freedom if you want.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, remembering what you are, that's an interesting thought about change. It's really, it feels almost like going back. But I guess Byrne talked about this princess or prince state as being whole.
Yes.
So before we were split off into
Yeah. Yeah.
horcruxes of parent
Exactly,
and
Simon.
child.
And I'm my soul is partly Greek, so I'm very interested in Greek mythology and Greek stuff. So I'm thinking about this Ouroboros, this snake that bites itself in its own tail. So this circle, and I love, I mean, we are TA, we love circles. So I really love to think about change in terms of a circle and maybe a spiral. So you're going up and up and up, but you will get to similar places, but with a different experience, a different nuggets that you collected on the way. So you will be able to deal with something that is probably disturbing you or limiting you in a different way once you're returning to that place. So that's another way of looking at change.
Yeah, beautiful. If you think of change as going, remembering, it's almost remembering means also physically, somatically, I guess,
Mm.
taking that sense. If you think of change as remembering who you are, how does that affect your counseling work? So, because I would assume a lot of counseling work is the brief solution focus is really looking forward and absolutely not looking back.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for that question. I'm also very much rooted in co-creative TA that draws from constructivism and field theory. So there we're very much looking at what is happening in the here and now and what can we together create as conditions and as process for the person who's working to to expand and to find things. We have my counseling work is very much in the here and now. So what's happening right now for you? Where is that in your body? So I'm really interested in the somatic experiences of people. And if we think in that direction, how might that change how might your body relax or get more tense or so to include that is really important. And sometimes, and that's how I talk to my clients, sometimes we need to look in the back mirror of your life and have a look in the world of the younger version of yourself and understand her or him or them, but not going there, not turning around, going back, being there, but more what can you see in the back mirror? And I really like this metaphor of back mirror because it's only a small thing. We don't really open up the whole world, but we might find nuggets there where people say, oh yeah, I know that the younger version of myself had this experience. And then we can return to the here and now and see, what does your body say about that right now? And yeah, what's needed, what, and then go from there. So, because I also think it's important to keep in mind that counseling is not psychotherapy. We're not going into that world of the younger version of ourselves.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, so it's more a reactivation in the here and now, a
Yeah,
remembering, as you say, and then
yeah.
using that physis that you had, that integration you had in the here and
Yeah,
now.
I love Giles Barrow's article, A Body of Knowledge, where he speaks about this. Your body was always there with you, and there is a memory in every cell of your being about what experiences you bring that can be activated in the here and now. So we don't have to go back, but we can just be in the here and now and ask ourselves what's going on.
Hmm. Yeah, you touched on this idea of conditions for change. So I often think, because we talked about the mythology of burn, ch-
Mm,
creating change in 20 minutes. And I do think, from a practitioner's point of view, being able to do an intervention
mm,
which creates an opening in 20 minutes is possible. But for my
absolutely.
clients, it takes years to accept the consequences of the change.
Mm,
That's a very
mm,
different
mm.
kind of thinking.
Yeah, I
We
like that.
we were talking about what are the conditions for people to be able to accept, this change, this inner
Mm,
change, really.
mm, mhm.
Could you say something about that?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the first sentence on my webpage that is, what if you're the greatest love of your life?
Hmm.
So, and another thing is I can only accompany someone so far, um, as I am experienced in my own process. So if I'm not really if I don't really know what it means to bear the consequences of my decisions, redecisions that I take, how can I then accompany someone in that process? So I think one condition is my own experience in remembering who I am, and I think that's ongoing until we die, when we go back on the other side of the veil and go into this soul state. But that's a spiritual
Level.
thinking. That's probably for another talk. So I think first condition is that I'm in love with myself, and
Hmm.
that's not a grandiose thing. It's more I know where people, I know the place where you are, not content wise, but I know this process of development. And speaking about love, I really, and I'm thinking of that. I'm pondering on that and developing that further. I'm thinking about an expansion of the concept of okayness, because I think okay, so plus plus mindset is probably not enough.
Hmm.
I see myself as a professional mother, which is, every TA person goes, "Wow, don't symbiosis, wow." But I think there is a nurturing energy inside of myself that I can provide with the mindset of freedom from a secure base. So I'm here for you. This is a safe place. You can become the person that you are already. You can remember who you are in this space, and you're loved no matter what happens, no matter how disturbed you feel, no matter how angry you are with me, maybe, or no matter how sad you get or disturbed. Um, and I think that is a mother quality.
Hmm.
A mother will love their child no matter what they do, and no matter how strenuous it is at times to have children, but they just don't go away.
Mm.
So love is another condition, I think.
Yeah, it almost feels like you're talking about the goddess mother, the
Mm,
spiritual mother
yeah,
of,
yeah.
yeah.
Maybe more an archetypal
Yes.
kind of mother quality that is not inviting into symbiosis. Well, at least not intentionally. There might be times where people, oh, just love to lean on to you and enjoy that, but then to really encourage them to grow up. I also love Jean Ilsley Clark's book Growing Up Again. So
Yeah.
again, the cycles of development are very dear to me as a concept.
Yeah, so it really sounds like you're saying the meta condition for change is to be loved and to love yourself.
Yeah,
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 beautiful.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Next to, of course, our ethical principles of uh, providing a safe space in the physical world, da di da di da. So that's all important as well. But in that, what I bring to the relational field that we create in counseling, that's the love arc or mother archetype thing.
Beautiful. So, last question, because there's a lot of young trainees, people who get enthusiastic about TA for
Yeah.
many, many different reasons. And you've been in this field, I've been in this field. What would you give as advice to young counselors who want to start TA?
I think there's two things. One is um, be brave enough to become who you are
Mm.
and to look into your own becoming and the places where you might have experienced a lack of emotional support, um, or you might have experienced really horrible traumata like violence or anything. So be brave enough to look into that for yourself. I think therapy is a really to find a therapist that fits and to do therapy for some time and ongoing, if you ask me, is a really good support. And I think as important as supervision on the work is really this ongoing search for yourself inside of yourself. That's one thing. And the other thing is think of becoming a counselor as um, learning interventions, learning knowledge, and then letting go of it. So meet your client not as the expert, because they are the expert for their development. So dare to really to go with this margin view of I know nothing about yourself. I have my library at the back behind me, so I have my knowledge with me, but I don't have to be steering the process of counseling as an expert of counseling. Meet the
Mm.
people more as a person than an expert.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Nicole.
Thank you for having me, Sari. It's an honor.